I can still feel his mouth on me, the taste of his kiss, the heat of his breath, the way his hands pinned me down like I was the only thing he wanted in the world. It wasn't a kiss, it was possession. It was fire. It was Adrian stripping me of every defense I thought I had. And even now, hours later, lying in his sheets with my skin still burning where he touched me, I know one thing for certain. His passion branded me, and I don't ever want the fire to fade. I never expected the night to end in his bed. But when Adrian looked at me across the dimly lit living room, when his dark eyes caught mine and refused to let go, something shifted inside me. I'd been around him plenty times before, always telling myself we were just friends, that I was reading too much into the way his hand lingered on my shoulder or the way his gaze sometimes trailed down my body. But tonight, the air between us was thick with something unspoken. He sat across from me, whiskey glass in hand, the city lights painting gold across his face. I couldn't stop staring at the strong line of his jaw, the way his sweater clung to his broad chest. He didn't even try to hide it. He wanted me to notice. "Ethan," he said finally, his voice low, rich, pulling my name into a gravity I couldn't escape. My pulse quickened. "Yeah." His lips curved into something that wasn't quite a smile. "Do you know what you'd do to me?" The question hit like a blow to my chest. I froze, heat rising to my face. I don't know. Then maybe I should show you." He set his glass down, stood, and crossed the room in 3 strides. Before I could move, his hand caught mine, tugging me up from the couch. His grip was warm, steady, commanding, while mine trembled in his. And then his mouth was on mine. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't sweet. It was hungry. His lips crashed into mine, stealing my breath, devouring me like he'd been starving for too long. My back hit the wall as his body pressed into me, strong, unrelenting. My hands clawed his sweater, desperate for something to hold on to as his tongue teased mine, his teeth tugging at my lower lip. I gasped. The sound swallowed into his kiss. Every second sent fire rushing through me. My chest heaved, my knees buckled, but Adrian held me upright, one arm braced above my head, the other gripping my waist tight. "Adrian," I whispered against his mouth, dizzy. "Say it again," he demanded, lips brushing mine. "Adrian." The sound of his name seemed to drive him wild. His mouth trailed down my jaw, hot and insistent, grazing the sensitive skin of my throat. I shivered as he sucked at the hollow of my neck, leaving a mark that burned. "You're mine," he growled softly, voice vibrating against my skin. I should have pushed him away. I should have questioned what this meant. But the truth was, I didn't want to, not for a second. With sudden strength, he scooped me into his arms. I let out a startled laugh, clinging to his shoulders, my legs tightening around him instinctively. He carried me through the doorway into his bedroom, the city glow spilling across tangled sheets and shadows. He set me down on the bed like something precious, then hovered above me, eyes dark and hungry. "You don't know how long I've wanted this," he murmured, voice rough, shaky with restraint. "Then stop holding back." I whispered, and just like that, he unraveled. His lips crashed into mine again, fiercer, hotter, pushing me down into the mattress. His hands were everywhere, sliding over my chest, tracing my sides, gripping my hips. Every touch set me ablaze. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't do anything except feel. He kissed me like he owned me, like the world outside didn't exist, like there was nothing but this fire between us. My body arched into his, aching for more, my fingers threading into his hair, pulling him closer, deeper. He growled low in his throat when I gasped his name again. His mouth trailed lower, teeth grazing, lips worshipping every inch of skin he uncovered. I writhed beneath him, overwhelmed by the heat of his passion. The hours blurred into waves of fire. He touched me like he was memorizing me, mapping every inch of my body with his hands and his mouth. Every kiss left me trembling. Every mark he left burned like a brand. He whispered my name between ragged breaths, voice rough with need, claiming me again and again. I lost track of time. All I knew was him, his weight pressing me into the sheets, his lips at my throat, his hand tangled with mine, the way he looked at me in the dim light, pupils blown wide, sweat beading on his brow, passion written across every line of his face. "Ethan," he groaned, breaking apart only to kiss me again, harder, like he couldn't bear the distance. "You're driving me insane." "Then don't stop," I begged. "Don't you dare stop." He didn't. When dawn finally crept through the blinds, painting soft gold over our tangled bodies, I lay against his chest, breath still uneven, heart still racing. Adrian's arm was heavy around me, pulling me close like he never intended to let go. His lips brushed lazily over my hair, my temple, my cheek, each kiss soft in the fire of hours before, but no less consuming. My skin still burned everywhere he'd touched me, marked me, claimed me. I closed my eyes, surrendering to the warmth, to the way his chest rose and fell beneath my ear. I should have been afraid of how much I needed him already, of how deep I'd let him in. Instead, I whispered into quiet, my voice raw, shaky. "You're inside me now. I'll never forget this." His grip tightened, his mouth brushing my ear, his voice low, rough, certain. "Good, because neither will I." And that was the truth. Long after fire the night faded, the heat of his passion still burned my skin. And I knew it always would.